guys, I'm Amy, and you've landed on Belle Loves Bargains. That's my cow Effingham, and sometimes he co-hosts with me. He's got a lot to say. This channel is Dollar Tree, and only Dollar Tree. And why? Because everything at the Dollar Tree is $1.25, people. So stick around, consider subscribing, and don't forget to give me that big thumbs up. And if you want to know more about the 4 uploads I do every week, just check out the description box for more information. Enjoy! I heat up, I can't cool down. You got me spinning around and round, round and round, and round it goes. And where it stops, nobody knows. Every time you call my name, I heat up like a burning flame, full of desire. Kiss me, baby, let the fire get higher. Abracadabra. I wanna reach out and grab ya. Abracadabra. Do. Abracadabra. All right, who sings that one? You know, I didn't realize who sang that, and I've sung it before, but it just hit me this morning. Anyway, that's Steve Miller Band, right? Okay, hi guys, welcome to Belle's Bargains. My name's Amy. It's so early in the morning. It's like 6 a.m. And I have to go to work. That was pretty good singing for 6 a.m. No vocal runs, no nothing. Well, actually there was a little tiny bit of coffee. Okay, so hi guys. You have landed on Theme Thursday. So sorry there was no Totally Easy Tuesday this week. Marks and I actually went away for the weekend. So I'm going to have an out-of-town haul for you this Saturday. Woohoo! But today I did something really fun, and I'm super excited to show it to you. So Dollar Tree has been doing like new stuff, and one of the things, I think they started like last year. Oh, by the way, if you're new to the channel, it's a Dollar Tree channel. This is like totally Dollar Tree, like Dollar Tree hauls, Dollar Tree food reviews, Dollar Tree crafts, Dollar Tree anything. Dollar Tree therapy. I mean, what else can we get from Dollar Tree? Which technically you can't get therapy. They sell self-help books there all the time. Okay, anyway. So Dollar Tree last year, I think it was, oh gosh, you guys correct me if I'm wrong, but they started doing the ceramic things. So they're unpainted stuff. And this year they did the 3, I only found 3. So I think there was only 3 ceramic Halloween like spell books. And so of course, oh, did I forget to tell you I'm doing Halloween crafts today? So let me just show you. Super excited about this. They did 3 different ones. I'm going to show you in the order that I made them. And what I wanted to do was just show you 3 different ways that you could do these. 3 different ideas for how to do these books, because there's endless ways. You could just paint them, but you know, I didn't just do that. Well, sort of on one. Anyway. Okay, so this first one is really interesting. I love the way that it came out. Because it looks like an old, like just really old book. So this one had the raised pattern on it with the corners and the frame in the center. And all right, what did I do? Oh my gosh. So I decoupaged this pumpkin I did last week, I think it was, right? Which is super cute with the crow on it. And I had 2-ply napkins that I pulled apart for that, and I kept the white part of that you pull off and you don't use, and I hold on! Oh, shoot, all my Minnesota friends. Oh, shoot. Let me just show you how I did it.
All right, so those are the 3 ceramic books right there. I'm going to work with this one first. And like I said, this is the leftover pull apart from the paper napkins that I used for the pumpkin last week. And I had to turn off my fan. It was blowing my napkins. Okay, so just Mod Podge. I'm just like brushing Mod Podge all over the front of it. Now remember, I'm not trying to go for anything straight. I'm really covering this with this tissue so that it makes it more like rough, like the tissue paper or the napkin on it. It's going to make it rough. It's going to give it wrinkles and stuff like that, which is going to give it more areas for shadowing and stuff when I color it with the shoe polish. Okay, so Mod Podge, and that little bottle there, I'm squirting water because it helps spread your Mod Podge, by the way. Cute little trick there. I got that little squirt bottle at the Dollar Tree as well. And so I'm just Mod Podge, squirt, laying it down. And then I put one layer on, and then I ended up putting like an extra layer on the front just to give it more crumpliness. Is that a word? I'm not sure. Okay, so get it all down there. I'm going to Mod Podge the rest of it up with some more tissue paper, ripping some pieces for the front. And then I let it sit and dry. It did not take very long to dry, actually. I did turn my fan back on to help. And as I'm putting this tissue paper down too, I keep saying tissue paper, but you know what I'm saying. Tissue paper, by the way, would work fine too. As I'm putting it down, I'm just using that brush to sort of brush it into the crevices of the design that's already on this book, right? And then just using your fingers works really well for tapping into those crevices as well. And I'm just trying to make sure I get it in there because, of course, I want that raised portion to really show through when it dries, and that's just a bigger brush to punch it in there. All dried. Shoe polish, my favorite thing. And I just tap my shoe polish to get it going, and then just color the whole thing. I will usually go both ways so they don't have necessarily lines showing, like stroke marks almost from the shoe polish. Okay, so aging this is just a personal preference, so I really liked this sort of dark, dirty brownish color, and see how I'm going along the edges, right? Make sure you really get into your crevices and along the edges where it would age a lot. Now here's those new leathers, and I had to find one that would fit. I decided to go ahead and do the whole spine with a piece of it. I could have just picked out one like I do on the next book, right? But I was like, nope, I want to do it. I want to do a whole spine with this leather. So I just measured it. Then I go to put the wrong piece. I'm like, wait, that's too short. Wrong piece. Okay, so I lose a little bit of footage here because it happens because you forget to hit play. I was going to use crazy glue. Well, that was out, so I threw it away. And so I used tacky glue, but I forgot to turn my thing back on. All I did was put tacky glue all over this little piece of leather and then lay it down there, and I left it on its side so there was pressure to glue that down, and then I glued down each individual side separately, like you're going to see me do here, where I just stuck some tacky glue down and then pressed it down and laying like that for a while it dried. So then after it's all dried, that's shoe polish because this leather will have white sides, so you want to darken that with the shoe polish. I'm trimming off the ends, and that just with my utility knife, trimming off the ends, and then again the shoe polish to darken the white sides of this leather because it's, you know, it's not dark, it's white, and we don't want that. And it's looking so cool. Like, I'm just loving this color. And I could have stopped here with just that raised on it, but I had to go more. All right, just slicing it so I can put black on there and get some lines on my pages, so to speak. This didn't work out quite as well as I thought it would, but it's fine. And I didn't slow down there to really show it to you, but it does work. There's lines. I might have worked. It just looks like it's really tattered pages though, so it's okay. Like, things have spilled on this book, right? Like, a lot has spilled on this book. It's an old book. And now that I've got the black out, I'm going to use some of that black for some more of my shadowing because it's really going around the edges like that just makes it pop. And then going over that raised part. Again, I could have left it here because you could really see the raised part, but I was looking for more of a colored metallic look or something. So I'm going to cut out my label for the front, which is Papa Cafu. I don't know what that means. And I'm going to use the tacky glue to lay this down here. But first, I'm going to add my gold sort of shadowing. I was going to try white, like I was going to lighten it up a whole bunch. I couldn't get that white to work, so I gave up and then just went for my gold metallic marker. And I'm just going over very easily the raised portions, okay? So I'm just going over the raised portions because I want to give this a little highlight. But now I'm going to wipe it off, because that's what you do, because I just want it to slightly show through. Then I'm going to go over it again. And this is just because you're, I don't know how to explain this, but you're layering that highlight, so to speak. So I do it a couple times. I'm actually going to do it one more time after this with my glitter gold one. Not that there's going to be a bunch of glitter, because there isn't. And so then again, tacky glue. Gonna get the tacky glue all over this, lay it down, and then take my shoe polish to darken those edges. This looks so good. The coloring on this was perfect for that little label. And this is my metallic marker. I mean glitter marker. And it, not that you really see the glitter, it just gives it this slight little shine, which is perfect. It was absolutely perfect. Hope you guys like this one. Let's go on to the next one.
Alright, so the process on this one was a little long, and there's a couple things like I might do different, like on the sides here. I don't know, I don't think I would. I just think it looks really cool. Okay, so the idea of doing that decoupage and just sort of, I didn't care if it crinkled. Obviously, I wanted that wrinkled look, was just to make it look like a really, really, really old sort of leathered, worn leathered book. And especially on the back, you can see that look to it. And then this, of course, is that new leather that they put out, and I thought that was really perfect for a binding, even though it's multiple things on there. I just think this one came out really cute, and then I cut one out for the front. Okay, obviously I just showed you everything. So one of the things that I wanted to point out on this one though that was different is taking that knife and slicing into that so that you see the lines in the black when it cut into the grooves that you sliced. Does that make sense? I hope so. Okay, so that was the first one. I love it. I think it came out super cute. And it doesn't even look like it's a ceramic, but it is. It is. All right. So the second one I did, I was like, all right, now this time I'm actually going to use the faux leather that Dollar Tree already gives us and make it look, you know, like it's a leather book, which is what I did. And I think it came out super cool. And that's this one. And this one had the raised eye on it, and then a raised little, like, I don't know what you'd call that portion. Okay, watch. Let me show you how I made this one.
Now let's do the faux leather. So I'm just going to cut off the excess there and take my tacky glue and a little bit of squirting it with water so that it's a little more pliable, because my tacky glue seemed to be a little sticky. It's supposed to be, but you know what I mean, a little gummy. Gummy is the right word. And I'm going to lay down the first side and then repeat that process for the binding side and the front of the book. And I am just getting that all over because I want to make sure that all of it contacts and glues, right? And I want any air bubbles in this because that'll just ruin the whole effect. So laying it down and I start pressing it in, and I'm just going to make sure that it's pressing into all the crevices because I want this raised portion to show. Got out the heating gun, like I said, I thought I would try and heat it up. I'm wondering if I heated the vinyl up first and then laid it down, would it have sort of shrunk onto this? It's a good question. But I just used my little tool and just kept repeatedly, I was pushing in all the crevices because I want that to glue there, right? I want it to glue, showing the glue down with, you know what I mean, I think. Anyway, so I just kept pushing it down and pushing it down, pushing it down. And then I was trying to decide what I was going to do for a label. So I'm going to use the skull one for my side label on the book. And then there was this raised portion, which was like for a title area on the book, it looked like to me. And I was like, what am I going to put there? Because none of these go that way. So the moon one, I felt like could go the opposite way and it would be okay. So I cut it out, and I even round the corners on it because I really thought I was going to use it in that raised portion there. And I thought about putting two. Anyway, in the end, I don't even use it for that. This is what I made the book marker out of. But that's okay. This is part of the process of creating, right? You try things and you're like, no. So I'm like, no. So I'm just going to go ahead and keep going with my pushing it down. See, I had some air bubbles in the back there. I pushed those out. And I'm just trying to make sure that this is on there really well. And then I'm going to trim it off. Now, I want you guys to take note. When I trim it off, I am not super careful. Why? Because a really, really old book will have damage to its cover. And I'm like, that's fine. If I don't get it perfect, it's not the end of the world. So I'm just following the sides of the book, cutting it off. And actually, when I do the very front piece, cut it off, the knife gets a little wonky on me for some reason, and it left, see that edge? It's not very straight. Anyway, but that's okay, because when I get to the front, I'm just going to put my knife like on its side and come down the front there. And it had a couple of like ripped little areas, which was absolutely perfect because it just added to the whole look. So shoe polish on my pages now, right? As we're going to make these look like they're pages. And so I am going to take that black charcoal pencil again, which I just recently got at the Dollar Tree. I like this. And do my little page lines. So effective, isn't that? It just looks like. And then in some of those torn areas on the front, I was like, darken it like it's really dirty. And then the top for your page lines again. And then always on the very top of a book, like the very binding part of it is all darker where they're all pressed together or sewn together. So I'm just doing that there, adding a little bit of accent there. I'm going to get my shoe polish out again and darken some more. And then go over the entire leather because this color looks it just looks too new, right? It just looks like, it's a new piece of leather. So I don't want that. And what am I going to do next? I don't know. Oh, I think I was trying to. Oh, I'm painting the side binding piece. I tacky glue on my little skull piece there for the title portion, I guess, on the side. And then get out the metal stickers, and these are so cool. I love how this looks. So just decided to embellish it with some of these metal stickers, and then I take the shoe polish and go over the metal stickers because it makes them look very copper, and it pulled them all together so they all matched. I just love this look, really love it. And then decided that on the back I would even add some embellishment. I was going to put a little lock piece here, but it just was too much going on in the front, so I decided not to. But I do decide to go ahead on the back to put those corner pieces, like they're corner protectors. Anyway, it looks really cool, and I go over those with the shoe polish as well, and also the piece on the front, so they all kind of end up matching because the shoe polish pulls that color all together. Thought about putting a larger emblem piece in the back and decided not to. Alright, and this is where I make that bookmark that I don't use. So I took another sticker that was largely copper on the back, and I figured I could make that work. So you can disregard this, I guess, unless you want to make the bookmark, but it's just the extra piece of the faux leather, and I cut it down and then fold it over itself and tacky glue it. I mean, it's all pretty simple. I'm just putting some tacky glue in the center of the two pieces together to put this into, to hold it on there. So anyway, you can do this, or you can or you can't, it doesn't matter. I opted not to use it, but thought I'd leave it in here so you could see how to do it. Okay, so gold marker. I'm going over the raised rays, but you'll watch. I won't leave it. I'm going to wipe it off because that's what I do, because I want that layering look. I don't want it stark. I want it just to have this shadowing of the rays, I guess. And now you can see them better, but it's not as, I don't know, it's worn, right? Remember, this is a worn book, so anything that would have been tinting on it would have worn off. And I'm just putting a little shadowing around the eye so that I can make the eye pop. And I'm trying to put white in the center of the eye, so I'm using the white shoe polish. I could not get my white metallic marker to work, but a little acrylic paint would also work here. Just to lightly put it on and wipe it off. And then I'm going to take a black Sharpie, and we're going to give it a little pupil, and I'm going to outline the eye, almost like eyeliner, almost. But then I try and shadow that down a little bit, because I don't want that to be quite that prevalent. So just a little pupil here, and then a little eyeliner on the eye to really make it pop. And then I immediately start wiping it away. I'm going to take shoe polish and go over that black eyeliner Sharpie marker just to bring it down just a little bit. I'm telling you all this. I don't know if it's anything that you necessarily need to know. You could have left the eye completely alone, FYI. I just put shoe polish on that piece of cardboard, and I'm using a paint marker to get it in there. And then I'm going to give it a cat eye. And that's like the perfect touch. And then we're going to trim up this bookmark that I don't use. So, I don't know. Would you guys do the bookmark or not? I don't know. In the end, I think this came out really good. I hope you guys like this one as well. It was just a completely different way to do it than the first one, and that's exactly what I was trying to show you guys. There's so many different ways, and so now let's go on to the last one, which is the easy one. Yay! And yeah, tell me which one you guys like the best for sure at the end of this.
Now I gotta be honest, when I did I thought maybe the vinyl would melt a little bit more, but it doesn't matter. What I did worked, just heating it up and pushing it into the raised part, and then just kept working that over and over. And then with shadowing, you can really bring out those parts. So I love this. Okay, so let's talk about a couple other things that I did, right? So on the sides, no leather. And I used that black charcoal pencil to make it look like the pages. Not there. And then shoe polish, which of course is my favorite thing for aging things. Like, you guys, if you're not using the shoe polish, you need to be. And then, of course, using one of those pieces from that leather to make my side binding of the book. And then just added a couple of stickers, which I used the shoe polish on to sort of make them all copperish. And I love this on the back. I mean, it's the back of it. But it's so effective, isn't it? Like, you could do a whole nother thing on the back here if you wanted to. Okay, so I love how this one came out as well. Did I show you guys how I made it? Yes, I did. Okay. When you're filming this part and then you're going to insert, yeah, anyway. All right, so I love this one too. This one was Mark's favorite. And when I made this one, I had cut out this little piece out of the faux leather, because at first I thought I would put two on the side, and then I thought I would put just the moon and stars here. In the end, I made like a bookmark, and I was going to put it on the book, and then I decided not to. But you guys decide. Do you think it looks good with a bookmarker or not? I opted not to. I liked it just as is, but I did make a bookmark, and that was just the leftover piece of the faux leather, and then I folded it over, and yeah. Okay, so there's that one. And then the final one, which is so easy, you guys. It's so, so easy. And it had a really cool raised spider web effect on it. And that's this one. Now, let me just tell you, this one was so easy. Watch this.
here we go. Easy peasy. Eggnog. This is one of those colors I just got. Oh my gosh, I have so many Creology colors now. I love their paints. So big paintbrush, and I'm going to paint the whole thing, all sides of it, because I just want it to be this solid color, because that's what I'm going to work with. And this one, so easy, and it just, I can't even get over it. But you could paint this any color. Notice though, see, I went with the lighter color because I was going to use the black as my shadowing. So remember that you could do this in black and shadow it in a lighter color, okay? Another option for doing it. I went the other way. And right now I'm just making sure I don't have too much paint in any of these crevices, because I don't want it to be glopped up. I want this to be, the raised portions to be raised, you know? So I'm making sure I don't have any extra glue in those spots. Then I'm going to let it dry. Then I'm going to add the spider ribbon right here on the spine of it. Cut it to length, just use some tacky glue, put a blop down the center of it, and then I'm just going to use my finger just to spread it in there. I wanted tacky glue all over the back side of this, the ribbon, and I know that it clears clear. So I was going to be okay with having glue outside of the ribbon, right? It's going to dry completely clear. So I'm just making sure that I get that all covered and down, so that it dries nicely adhered to the spine. And then after we get done with this is the fun part, and it's so easy. I do put a sticker on the very front of this book, which is from a sticker pack that I got last year, right there, and it was just, it says Happy Halloween. It was like the only sticker I could find that would fit on there. And it works, it's totally fine. And now the shoe polish, and I'm just gonna lightly go over, look at that, bam. And that pattern comes out beautifully. It looks so good. And we're going to do the same thing, right? Where I tell you always go over your edges and accent that nicely. And on the back, I'm going to add a little more black just to, this is an aged book, right? That's what we're going for. I love it. It came out so good. It's so easy too. I don't know. Which one did you like best, you guys? Please make sure you tell me. Are you going to try and remake any of these? I kind of want to buy another spider one and do it black with the white. But however you want to do it. I think it came out really good. And now I'm going to go over the pages just like I did on the other one. And just making sure that I've got my book cover is, you know, coming through on the other side, right? So you would see your cover on the side of it. So I'm just thickening that and then adding my pages. And then voila, it is done, and it looks so good, and it was so easy. If I'd done all three of them like this, it would take me minutes. Instead, it took me a couple of days. So,
I mean, literally, could it be any easier? Now, here's the thing, you guys. I painted it with the eggnog color, which was almost like an off-white, what's eggnog? Yeah, so it's an off-white. Okay, so I painted it with that. But I want you guys to pay close attention to a couple of the details. Like, so you'll notice heavy on your borders, right? Because if a book is old and worn and dirty, that's where you're going to see that. Also, I did the same thing with the lines, right? This always seems to be dirty on a book. Okay, but here's the thing. I just painted it, put that one little sticker from the sticker collection from last year. I don't even know if it's out this year. And then I loved running the spider ribbon down the side of this spine. I think that's super cool. So, but when I did the shoe polish, so you may not have that shoe polish to do this, but here's what you can do. Take black acrylic paint, water it down slightly, or even chalk paint, doesn't matter. Water it down slightly and do a sponge, because the tip of that shoe polish is really just a sponge, and you're just going to go over it very slightly because that hits all your raised areas, and it's so effective. Isn't this effective? It looks so good, and this was so easy. All right, so you guys, I wanted to show you 3 different ways that you could do these books. So not all the same way of crafting them, but I wanted to show you the 3 ways. Which way is your favorite? Are you going to try any of these? You know what? Honestly, I love this one. I think this one came out so cool. Love it. But then I love this one too. Like especially the back of this one. I just think it looks so cool and aged like an old spell book or something. I don't even know what that means. It says Papa Kafu. I don't know. But the simplicity of this one just makes this such a cool Halloween piece, right? All right, so which one is your favorite? You guys have to tell me down below in the comments. I had fun doing these. It's fun when I take something like that and do it like the wreath characters that they gave us, the ghost and Frankenstein right there and the witch, like taking something that they give us and do it three different ways. So I love this. I think these came out incredibly fantastic. So which one is your favorite? You gotta pick. Don't say I can't pick, I love them all. No, please pick a favorite. Okay, I think this one might be my favorite. It was Mark's favorite. I don't know. I know I tell you to pick. Okay, this is my favorite. I just think I like this one just because it's so cool, that design of the spider web. All right, everybody, there's my themed Thursday for you, the ceramic books that they gave us this year. All right, have a great day, great week, a great life, and as always, I'll see you back here on Saturday for a holla for your dollar haul. Me and Effingham will be back in the kitchen doing a dollar haul. All right, and it's from an out-of-town store, so that's always fun. All right, have a great day, great week, great life, and from your singing crafty crafter, happy abracadabra. I'm gonna reach out and grab you. Happy hunting at your local Dollar Tree. We'll see you back here on Saturday. Bye, guys. Thanks for watching, besties.